Hey, welcome back to Talking Tuesday. As you can see, I don't have a motorcycle. Now what's funny is I actually own three. I own the 72, which is in pieces right now. I have a Sportster, which is my standby bike, and I have my Wide Glide. Now my son's been borrowing the Sportster because his Super Bob, yeah, that's the new model, because his Street Bob has been having problems. So I haven't seen that one for a while. So as I normally do, I've been riding my Wide Glide. Shortly after I got back from Cleveland, I was going into work one morning and realized my dash light was on, the warning light. So I got to work and I checked out the codes. There were like 2 ECM codes and 4 BCM codes. And the ECM codes all went back to O2 sensors. Okay, that's not a big shock. That's kind of what I suspected when the light came on in Kentucky, because the bike was still running okay. The other 4 codes, the BCM codes, all had to do with electrical. And they're all turn lights, brake signals, that kind of stuff. So I thought, hey, there's a commonality here. So I went out and checked, and sure enough, I have no headlight. My low beam on my headlight is kaput. Now I have that silver bullet headlight from Harley. It's a Harley piece. And to get that apart, you have to take a set screw out of the bottom. There's a ring around the outside, which I understand is a bear. Well, actually now I know it's a bear to get loose. And then you can replace the bulb. Now I'm not positive that the bulb is the only thing that was wrong with it. I suspect it is. So to be on the safe side, and so I didn't have to take that stupid light apart myself, I took it down to the Harley dealership. Let them do it. I've got to get a service anyways, which means new tires, new oil, the whole thing. Just let them take care of it. I kind of wonder if I had no headlight on the way back from Kentucky. I wonder if that's what I wonder if that was the issue, which means that I rode through that just terrible rain with no headlight. Unbelievable. Angels watching over me. But there's more. A few days after I put the bike in the shop, my son sent me this picture. I have no idea how long I've been riding like that. It's a good thing I don't do wheelies on the Dyna. So he ordered the part for that and the tool to take the headlight apart because it just wasn't coming apart. I guess they have a tendency to rust on that outside ring, so it's really hard to get it out. At the very least, there's a lot of crud and bug guts in there, so yeah, like I said, angels watching over me. When I took it in for the repair, I knew they were kind of backed up for the service, so I was like, well, just fix it, and then I'll bring it back for the service, and we can schedule that. But it's been so long now, it's just like, just do the service too. So I've been without a bike for a little over a week now. It's making me crazy. Even people at work are like, you know, you seem to be going through some sort of withdrawal. Yeah, I'm moody. It's not the weather, it's the fact that I have no motorcycle. And when I took it in, it was hot weather. And then a couple days later, it dropped like a rock. So I took it in summer, I'm getting it out in winter. That's not cool. And I've been running into all kinds of places that I want to ride. The list is just growing the longer it's gone. So one of the guys at work wanted to go down and look at the Yamaha R3. He wants a motorcycle, but he doesn't want anything crazy. He's got kids, and this is his balance to be responsible and yet still be a biker. We went down and looked at the R3, and I got to tell you, I've wanted an R6 for a while. I didn't realize they went up so much in price. It's going to be a hard sell to get me into an R6 at that price. But the R3, it's not a bad looking bike, and I don't need a big sport bike. I just want something different to ride. I'm not going to be racing. I'm not going to be running from the cops. I won't be splitting lanes. Just a different bike. And I think the R3 would probably do it okay. I'd want to test drive it first, but so I keep having to fight the urge to go get the R3 just because I have no motorcycle right now. But it's like going grocery shopping when you're really hungry. It's usually not a good idea, so I'm kind of holding off. And I got a quote back from the people who are going to print the photo book, so I need to get that put together and get down to them so I can get going on that. I'm really excited about getting that printed out, especially if I can get it before Christmas, because it'll make a great Christmas present. Still not quite really cold yet, but it's much chillier. I would almost say it's actually quite pleasant right now. Easy Riders is sending the email around to talk about their bike tour this year, and Charlotte is going to be 2 days this year. I don't think it's been 2 days before, so I'm really expecting a great show. That's towards the later part of January every year, so I'm really excited about it. They're vacuuming over my head. It's like construction going on in the background, but different. If you like the video from last year, which, yeah, I'm going to plug it. It'll be right on one of these sides. If you like the video from last year, should be better this year. Any video with good-looking women dancing in it just does better on YouTube. It's just the way it is. And there's motorcycles too. I'm really looking forward to getting my bike back. I desperately want to go riding again. I hate being in cars. I feel so unsafe. Now this is the coolest part of all of it. I got the first bit of mail that I've ever received to the YouTube channel. Nick up in Michigan asked me what my address was, and I sent it to him because, I trust him like that. And I got an envelope, and I felt it, and I thought, I bet I know what this is. But here's the heads up. Here's the shocker. I had no idea. Now, this is the second time I recorded this video. The first time I tried it in front of green screen, it didn't really work out well, etc., etc. So I'm recording this for the second time. What I'm going to do is insert the first video, and it's not going to be pretty, but I really want you to get my honest reaction. I thought, I could try and fake it, or I could move the audio underneath it, whatever. I'm going to insert the ugly video because I really want you to get my honest reaction when I open this thing up. I almost got stranded in Michigan. Nick, thanks, man. That is awesome. That's terrific. Thank you very much. That is perfect. Absolutely perfect. I looked at the video again and it still makes me laugh. Nick, that is awesome. Thank you again. Dude, that is from the bottom of my heart. There is nothing like a gift that somebody put time and thought and effort into, and I so appreciate it. I'm almost torn. Part of me can't wait to put it on my vest. Part of me just wants to save it in pristine form like it is, because it's a keepsake. It's definitely a keeper. Man, I just can't tell you how much I appreciate it enough. I'm going to put it on my vest. Absolutely. As soon as possible. Because, yeah, I almost did get stranded in Michigan. I was going through my old email and I saw where I had contacted one magazine about writing for them and doing articles and stuff. And I sent them a list of trips I had planned and asked if any of those interested them. And they said the one that did interest them was the trip from Charleston to Charleston in a day. Unfortunately, when I was on the way to Cleveland, I wasn't really thinking that Charleston to Charleston was a major event that I need to document and photograph and the whole thing. I mean, it was going to end up in the video, but it wasn't a standalone thing by itself. And I was actually thinking, man, I should do it again. Just do it again. But there's two things to consider with that. One, I have no motorcycle. And two, winter's coming. When does it snow up there? I'm going to be shut down from going north for the next couple of months at least again. Man, I hate that part of it. It kind of limits where I can go. Texas, there's always Texas. Galveston, oh Galveston. So hopefully I'll get my bike back soon, because I'm just a fish out of water. I'm going to leave you with one other thought. In a perfect world, this is the one that'll go viral. I've been listening to a lot of John Lennon interviews and reading a lot of his stuff. And he said something to the effect of, why don't we try peace for a change? We've tried revolution, we've tried wars, and none of it's worked. Why don't we try peace? And I know Vietnam was going on at the time, and it was a different peace issue. And then I was on the interwebs, and I got roped in again to looking at people's comments. And even people who are for peace or come against anything that may not be promoting peace, and I'm trying not to get real political here, because that's not the goal, that's not the point. When they say things like, oh, so-and-so is off the charts and they're insane and they're hate mongers, we should drag them out into the street and fillet them, or, whatever the statement is. And I'm reading this stuff and I'm thinking, it's very angry. And I understand how people can be angry over it, but peace isn't something you can anger your way into. You can't force somebody to be kind. I think the only thing we can do is start with ourselves and start with the people that we come in contact with. And yeah, that means online as well. And I mentioned to somebody a few weeks ago that I never thought we'd get to the point where people would be saying things like, what we really need back is like the flower power generation. And I was riding into work the other day and I thought, what if we all just made an effort to be kinder to each other, even people we didn't agree with? It couldn't make the world a worse place. I'm not perfect at it. I'll probably never be perfect at it. I don't think we're going to agree on everything. I don't think we're ever going to hold hands and all sing Kumbaya. But just a little bit of kindness, a little bit of grace, I think it would go a long way. If I can open the door for somebody today or let them go in front of me, I guess that's a step in the right direction. We've tried this other stuff. It's not working. Maybe we should try peace for a change. And I'll let you take that with you for the week. Thanks again for joining me. I appreciate you being here, and I will see you next time, hopefully with a motorcycle. Bye.